family, it's Tasha MAMABEAR Prepping. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is, baby. Get your drink bowl up. Let's talk about it. So today, I just want to talk about my experience that I had last night. Went out with the family. You know, we're in the middle of a move. We've been eating out more than we would like, right? And so we've been hitting some restaurants, and we decided last night we were going to go to Red Robin. And you know, before we left, we made some jokes that, you know, hey, I wonder if it's even open still, you know, because restaurants in this area have been closing down because they can't make it, right? So we get there, it's open. So we're like, okay, we go. They immediately are like, hey, it's like 30-40 minute wait. We see a couple families waiting, so we're like, okay, shoot, we missed the, you know, the dinner rush, right? We didn't make it before that, right? No big deal, we'll wait. So we wait. About 30 minutes later, you know, Bay goes and kind of asks them like what's going on, because it's just weird, right? Because they told us to wait and they would text us. They never text us. So we go in and they're like, oh, we forgot. So they seat us right away. This is where it gets crazy. They go to walk us to our table. I'm expecting this full bustling restaurant, right? Because we had to wait, no big deal, but we had to wait. So, you know, we obviously didn't make it before the rush. We walk in, you guys, besides there was probably a table there with like 20-25 people. It was a big party. But outside of that, there was only maybe 15 other tables. Maybe, okay? Maybe 15 other tables. You walk in, the place is empty. And they're not worried about COVID, okay? They've got everybody in this one little section. Everybody is table to table, right? There's no, you know, stretching people out. There's no spreading people out, whatever. They're all in this area, and you can tell the rest of the restaurant is a ghost town, right? And so I'm like, wow. So it was apparent that they didn't have the work staff to be able to open the rest of the restaurant and be able to serve, right? And mind you, even if they let everybody in, the place wouldn't have been full, right? But it still was too many people to let in for the work staff that they had there, the waitresses, maybe the people cooking in the back, whatever, right? So it was crazy. Not to mention, you know, it was kind of disturbing. Some stuff had changed on the menu. And I'm not real big and picky about certain things, right? But big deal about Red Robin, if you've ever been there, is their steak fries. These big, you know, fat steak fries that are like a good combination of soft and crunchy. You know, a fat girl, right? And they have all this seasoning, special seasoning that goes on it. I say special, but it's just regular seasonings, but seasoning that goes on it, and they're delicious and they're bottomless, right? And you do want to just eat them the whole time, right? Those things came, baby. They were like some foreign French fries. They were like real weird looking. They were crunchy. They weren't the regular like looking steak fries. They had no seasoning on them. They had a little bit of salt on them. I was so upset, you guys, because this is like their franchise fry, and it was nothing close. So then it goes to, they can't find workers. They can't find workers that can cook the food the way it's supposed to be cooked per the franchise, right? And so it's hard. It's hard to understand because, one, do I care honestly that things have changed or they couldn't handle, you know, customers coming in? I really don't care about all that, right? But it's crazy to me how our country is in a state of emergency, if you will. We have super high inflation. People cannot afford food. They can't afford paying their bills. They're juggling. They're paying and putting stuff on credit cards. Things are rough. You have people unemployment. You have people that don't have a place to live, right? Homelessness is through the roof. All types of people living on the streets, living in their cars. And yet a business can't find enough employment for their business. And what's crazy is, guess what kicked that off? The pandemic, pushing that pandemic on us, because it was, and the decisions that were made. I mean, you were firing people that wanted to work. You were empowering younger people that, hey, you don't need to work. You can stay at home and get this check. You were empowering people in general that, hey, you could just stay home. Now there's all types of stay-home jobs. And you just have all this weirdness that, how do we go, now it's been several years and we're still not to the point where we can employ people. Things are so bad. You have people working 2-3 jobs, side hustle here, but we can't get back to where people are getting employed, and these places can't get that employment back, right? And I find it hard to believe that just everybody switched to, you know, at-home jobs, right? That can't possibly be the case for everybody, right? So it's an odd thing to see that there's not people, and the fact is that the economy is crashing around us slowly. It's a slow burn, because these restaurants, and not just restaurants, businesses in general, the economy, stuff is closing. Banks are closing, stores are closing, retail places are closing, restaurants are closing, everything is closing. People can't make it, right? And so it's horrific. It's horrific because we need to keep this economy going and this hustle and bustle, but it's just not working. Now, me and my family, we went to a restaurant at Olive Garden though a couple weeks back, and that place was bustling. It was full. Every table was full. The food was delicious. Nothing had changed on the menu, right? Everything was exactly how it had been years before when we had gone. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing food, amazing customer service. They had, people working there. And so what is the difference between that restaurant and another restaurant? And maybe it has to do with can't get things, pre-made items, right? You have some place like Olive Garden. I'm not saying that there's not pre-made stuff there. Of course, there's pre-made stuff there. But a lot of that food is wholesome foods that it's okay if something can't be found, because it's easy to replace it, because you're talking about whole ingredients type of meals, right? And so maybe it's a little bit easier for them to kind of adapt and adjust in this economy and with the way things are going with shortages in food and finding things, right? I don't know. How does this pertain to us, the average person? How does it pertain to survival and preparedness and all that? It's continuing to do the things to be self-sufficient for you and your family. It's a lesson in, stuff is shortages. There are things that are changing, and how do you ensure that your family doesn't change too much with your ability to put food on the table and all of that stuff, right? It's a sign, the economy, and it's not good. Things are closing down, right? So it's a sign that you need to continue to diversify your money, get your assets, pay off debt, get all that stuff going good with your money and your different options, right? So that you're ready for when this happens and this crash happens and it doesn't affect you as crazy. I mean, it's going to affect everybody, obviously. But what can you do now to get ahead of it? Because this type of stuff is not changing, right? This type of stuff, I see videos all the time. I see people talking. I run into people all the time that are talking about changes. They go to eat somewhere, or they went to go get this, they couldn't find it, or they tried to get this, couldn't find it, or this is completely gone. They had to get something completely different, a whole different product. So it's hard out there, right? And to be honest, I don't know how people are, making it. If they're not working, what are they doing to survive, right? What are people doing to survive? Let me know in the comments. Are you struggling? Are you working 2, 3, 4 jobs? Are you trying to up your job and move and transfer right now to make more money? Was it beneficial for you to stay home? Did you decide to stay home and not work for them and do side hustles and do something else that was from home? Is that your thing? Let us know, right? Because everybody's struggle is a little bit different, and you can learn something from everybody that shares their story and shares what they're doing. It could be helpful for others or inspiring for others who are trying to switch or just survive or need to change it up so that they can adapt in this world and this stuff that's happening around us, right? So let me know. I'd like to know what's going on with everybody, okay? Other than that, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your inventories. Keep looking at what you have, right? Organizing, getting ready for winter. Winter is getting close, right? Fall is just upon us. For here, it's about to start raining and not stop raining. And so get ready for winter. Get all your supplies. Get the things you need for storms and weather and weatherizing your home and securing and fortifying your home. Get ready, right? Because it's coming. And we know, just like last winter, it's just like in years, right? Years past. Every winter seems to get a little bit worse. Every summer seems to get a little bit worse. So whatever it is for your dynamic of your area, just know it's probably going to be 10 times worse, and prepare for that so that you're ready to go. And prepare for any of these other natural disasters and no power and different other aspects of events, emergency events that can happen, and getting ahead of that, okay? So you guys be well, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.